Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mind tech coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. Hey cuties, hello beautiful soul gang. I think that's what I'm going to start calling you guys, the beautiful soul gang, because it is such a compliment, right? Doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. If the inside isn't matching, we're going to have some problems. Anyways, today I want to talk about how your belief translates. I have a few notes for you here. I also ordered a cappuccino. It's very sweet. I don't normally drink sweetened things. So we'll see how this, pans out. Maybe I get like a really intense caffeine, I get super hyped in this. I probably won't, but anyways, that's beside the point. Okay, so we're going to talk about how your belief translates, all right? And I'm breaking this down into a few different topics because I see quite a few people asking about this, especially like on Twitter or in my comments on YouTube. And I just want to make sure everything is crystal clear for you. Okay, I know I did an hour video the other day explaining why I believe people can change and how to create that change via really adjusting yourself and growing within yourself and taking ownership and accountability and seeing things from a different perspective. But I want to talk about how just your beliefs translate in a moment-to-moment, day-to-life, realistic approach type of way, because this is going to be where you're able to really sustain the things that you want in your life. Okay, so I broke this down into how you view and respond to situations. Okay, and I have a few sub-points I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about getting in your own way, and then I'm going to end on seeing the lessons in everything, because it is my genuine belief that everything in life is designed for you to win, okay? And the only time that we get stuck, or the only time that we don't progress in our life, is when we start to believe that story or that narrative, and we don't allow the brilliance of our mind and the beliefs that we hold about ourselves to translate and take us to the other side. Because even when you make a mistake, if you have the right mindset, you're going to be able to learn from it, right? So if you don't have the right mindset, then you're going to get frustrated and you're going to start saying, this always happens to me, and then you will create a whole narrative that you persist in until that becomes your day-to-day life. Okay, so everything is here designed, really honestly, everything is designed for you to win. Our mind is so brilliant. It's just when we hold on to limiting beliefs and limiting narratives that we recreate the same things and we get in our own way. Okay, so we're going to finish on seeing the lessons. Now, let me clear my throat. Let me take a sip of this cappuccino. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Thank you for hanging out with me here on my channel. All right, so how you view and respond to situations. All right. The first thing that I wrote is most things don't need a reaction. And I actually tweeted about this yesterday or maybe today. Persisting in what you desire to experience, in my opinion, is one small portion of really being able to create what it is that you want. You really want to look at who you are consistently assuming and being, and is that version of you that has what you desire, who is that version of you that has what you desire, and how would they handle the situations? Because most of the time, when you're in an undesirable dynamic, you're going to need to be doing the opposite of whatever it is that got you to where you were, okay? And until you have the level of awareness to see that within yourself, you're going to be scared, you're going to be timid, you're going to be shy, you're going to feel like, it's only going to make things worse, when in reality, it's the very thing that you need to do, okay? And how you respond and deal with situations is as equally as important as mentally persisting. So when I say most things don't need a reaction, okay? Like I said earlier, I made a few posts on Twitter, but I want to use the example of, let's say somebody breaks up with you, okay? And you really believe that you're able to fix a relationship. You can see what's unfolded. You understand now, you've been working on yourself, but now you have this situation in front of you where somebody, it's obviously a negative outcome. It's not what you want to experience. Well, if you really believe that you're able to fix a relationship, you always know your worth and your value, you see yourself as a high value individual that anybody would be lucky to be with, then instead of allowing something like a breakup to be a sting where you are crying and upset and needing this person and trying to figure out how to make this work, your response should be, okay, that's totally fine. Go ahead. We can break up. I'm going to go enjoy myself. And I'm not saying this from a manipulative way. What you want to understand, when you hold a belief, okay, whatever the belief is that you hold, you're going to reject any experience unconsciously that is not that belief. Okay, so if I know and believe I'm able to fix a relationship, then I'm not going to need to emotionally react or feel intimidated by my partner saying they need a break. They want to break up. Okay, baby, go ahead, take a break. It's totally fine. Okay, I'm good. Do whatever you need to do. I know, and I wouldn't necessarily verbalize this. This is more an internal thing, and how you choose to verbalize it, that's up to you. But you need to be solid in that knowing that you're able to fix this, that this result in front of you right now is not a permanent thing. When you fall into emotionally reacting to the set of situations or circumstances that are placed in front of you, it is because they are triggering whatever it is that you actually believe. So if you don't believe that you can create the relationship that you desire, if you don't believe that you're able to fix a relationship, if you don't believe that you're somebody that has a consistent ongoing relationship as your life experience, then when you have a little bit of problems or discord in your relationship and somebody asks for a break or breakup or whatever it is that they ask, it's going to trigger the out of you, and it's going to send you into a panic, because that is now the physical externalized manifestation of a fear. And the moment that the physical externalized manifestation of a fear comes into our awareness and into our vicinity and into our reality, it triggers us because we believe it. We believe, oh, see, here's the circumstantial evidence. I'm not able to create the relationship that I desire. Oh, here's the circumstantial evidence. I'm not able to fix my relationship. They're telling me they don't want to be with me. Well, how are you going to respond to it? Are you going to assume the version of yourself that believes you're able to fix a relationship and is able to deal with this with ease and calmness and confidence? Or are you going to emotionally react to this and now create it as a real problem in your life? Okay? The other aspect to what I want to speak on here, and that's just a quick little example of, most things don't need a reaction. I could give you so many more examples. If you guys want more examples, leave a comment. I'll do that, okay? But the other thing I want to talk about here is how you choose to respond and how it is translating, okay? So a lot of the advice that I give on my channel, I'm trying to point you guys more towards establishing the beliefs so that you can respond through your own authentic expression, because that's very needed, okay? You need to first get the beliefs in alignment, because you'll have the natural ideas, thoughts, inspirations come to you through your own unique expression as to how to respond to different situations. So if you ever are like, should I do this? How do I do this? Can I do this? Anytime you say should, could, or how, okay? Anytime you find yourself wanting to ask somebody that question, which I'm not saying that questions are bad, okay? I think questions are a good thing. But from a conscious creator standpoint, from somebody that is consciously creating their life, that means you're going to look to yourself for answers. Now, listening to other people's experiences and how they've handled it can be beneficial, because learning from others is a good thing, but nobody is you. Nobody has your unique perception, awareness, view on the situation, view on the circumstances. Nobody has your unique history and past or how these things may be triggering you. So the more in tune you are with yourself and the more that you get these beliefs in alignment, you're going to actually be able to come into the visceral vicinity of awareness and consciousness to be able to handle these situations in a unique, authentic way that is sustainable, okay? So what does this mean? That means anytime you find yourself saying, can I, should I, how do I? You want to look at that and think, okay, clearly I'm materializing these questions from a lack of confidence. There's something that I don't believe in myself or in my ability to create what it is that I desire. So that should, again, you want to see your thoughts, they're a manifestation of your beliefs, your awareness, a manifestation of your beliefs, Your behavior's a manifestation of your beliefs. So if I really have beliefs like, I am always able to create the solution, I'm always confident in my decisions, I always know what to do, when to do, and how to do it, I am able to present myself in a way that is grounded and matter of fact, I am always able to communicate in a clear way that creates solutions, I am able to attract the experiences that I desire to me, I am always self-aware and can give myself a direction. Okay, if you have those beliefs, would you really be asking, should I, can I, how do I? No, you wouldn't. You actually wouldn't, because you would trust yourself to come into the awareness as to how to handle those situations in your own unique way. So anytime you feel yourself asking a question like that, instead of acting, you should take a more critical look at that and ask yourself, what do I need to reinforce in my beliefs so I automatically and unconsciously can guide myself and lead myself and respond in a way or do the things that are going to create the experiences that I desire without me lacking confidence or questioning myself. Because when you're questioning yourself, you're really not being confident. And if you're not confident with what you're doing, how do you think that's going to get reflected back to you? Don't you think people are going to pick up on that? They're probably going to pick up on it, right? Most of the advice that I give on my channel, I try and give you guys little examples. Like, if somebody is disrespecting you, right? How do you respond to that? Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to go enjoy my day now. Okay, I'm not going to really respond to that. That's inappropriate for you to do that. I hope you have a good day. I'm not going to worry about this. And then I'm going to go and persist in the knowing that I'm always respected. Okay? Or if somebody is telling you they're never going to like you, they're never going to be with you. Okay, thank you very much. Probably don't even really need to feel like I need to respond to that. It's cool. I know that's going to change if I want it to change. Okay? Most of the time, the responses that I tell you guys to give are very relaxed, very short, either matter of fact to the point or no response, and just prioritizing yourself. Why? Because how you respond to something tells somebody what it is that you actually believe. Okay, so if somebody tells me, I'm done with you, I'm never going to be in a relationship with you again, and I start responding saying, oh my God, why? Please, I really care about you. Can we please make this work? I really, really care about you. Please don't do this. I don't want to lose you. Why? I understand those responses, right? You care about this person, you don't want to lose them. That way of responding says, I am not aware of my value or my worth. I am prioritizing you and loving you more than I am respecting and loving myself. And that is why that's what drives somebody to actually continue to leave and be out of your life, and this situation to get reflected back to you. Now, why do I say that? Okay? When you actually know your worth and your value, and you believe that a loving relationship is a consistent thing in your life, you're always able to create the relationship that you desire, you're going to believe that with anybody. So if somebody comes and says, I'm never going to be with you again, it's not going to trigger you, because you're like, well, there's literally billions of people here, okay? There's no shortage in supply of men or women. So first off, I'm not desperate. I love you, you're a preference, I like you, okay? But I'm not worried, because I can create a relationship with anybody, whether it's you or somebody else. So if you don't want to be with me right now, that's not going to stop me from being happy. That's not going to stop me from going on dates. That's not going to stop me from doing whatever it is that I want in my life, okay? And when you actually have those beliefs, and that translates in the moment where somebody says, I don't think I want to be with you anymore, and you're like, okay, no worries, it's fine. I really care about you, I love you, but it's totally fine, you can go do your thing. That way of responding says you are confident, 1, with yourself, 2, with your ability to create the relationship that you desire with anybody, and 3, you know your worth and your value. You're not going to allow yourself to get desperate, needy, begging, chasing after somebody, and dishonoring yourself to gain their approval. And we find that attractive. So by the time you're in a situation where somebody is telling you they don't want to be with you, that's why I said at the beginning of this, you probably need to do the opposite of what it is that you've been doing. You've probably been over-prioritizing this person. You've probably been not knowing your worth and your value. You've been reactive. You've been emotionally reactive. You've been accusatory. Or just there's certain beliefs that you hold that have changed the dynamic unconsciously, where now you're in a situation where you've made negative, bad assumptions, whatever it is that you've been doing, you have to do the opposite of it. Okay, but it's not just acting as if. You need to really genuinely look at, why did this unfold the way it did? Because you're never going to be able to actually apply what I'm talking about here if those beliefs don't get changed, because it's going to trigger the fuck out of you. And then you're going to feel your heart rate go up, your mouth's going to get dry, you're going to feel like this is a very real situation that you have to deal with. It's igniting your deepest fears, doubts, and insecurities, and then you start emotionally reacting to it until it's played out and you're like, damn it, why did I do that? Okay? So how you respond, how you choose to respond to the things around you is one of the biggest ways you consciously create your reality. Instead of waiting for the world to change, instead of looking to circumstances as the experiential proof of what you are able to create in your life, you're going to self-define. You're going to self-define, and then you're going to handle the situations in front of you through that new self-defined way. And that is how the situations change. Okay? All right, let's move on. What if the opposite pops up in persisting? Okay, so I already kind of touched on this because I knew I was going to talk about it. When the opposite of what it is that you desire pops up, that is a really great opportunity. I know it doesn't sound fun, but it's a really great opportunity for you to really see what it is that you believe. Okay, so in my journey, there have been so many moments where the opposite of what I wanted to experience was popping up, and I had to kind of mentally give it a middle finger and say, this is not going to be my story. I believe this about myself, and this about this area of my life. I deserve to be happy, healthy, wealthy, enjoying my day, so I'm not going to allow this thing popping up to mentally throw me off or fuck up my day. I'm going to self-define myself. I'm going to go enjoy my day, and I'm going to know that this is going to unfold in the way that I desire without me having to force it, without me having to chase, without me having to bargain. Now, how this translates to, again, when you operate this way, obviously you're going to be handling situations differently, and people are going to pick up on that. Okay? So when you are confident that you're able to create the relationship that you desire, you're not going to be chasing after somebody. You're not going to be worried about when they're texting you, what they're doing, checking their location, seeing if they're going to be, like, what they're doing here, they're hanging out. You're not going to give a fuck. I'm confident in my ability to create my relationship. Period. I'm going to go take care of myself. I don't need to worry about you. I don't really care what you're doing. I know you're going to come around. And because I'm operating that way, from the outside perspective, how do you think this is going to look to this person? Okay? They're seeing, you're not texting them. You're not following up with them as much. You're living your life. You're getting in the gym. You're taking care of yourself. You look really happy. Wow, I wonder what's going on over there. What changed? Are they loving themselves? Do they know their worth and their value? Damn, that's kind of hot, right? So, like, you guys have to see how this is going to translate, okay? Even if you're not in contact with somebody, okay? We are all connected. Whether you believe in this or not, if you apply what I'm talking about, you will see, even if you're in no contact with somebody and you desire to be with them, if you take the approach that I'm talking about right now, and I mean genuinely take it, not sit here obsessed, worried, waiting for somebody, focusing on them all day long, thinking about when they're going to reach out to you. I mean, you sit the fuck down and you work on your beliefs. You make this all about you. You self-define yourself. You go build the best day for yourself consistently, and you stop waiting. And when you think about this person, you think, yep, they totally care about me. They're going to show up at any time. I don't need to worry about that. If you really genuinely apply that, you will see, even if you're in no contact with them, they're going to reach out to you. Okay? All right. So let's talk about getting in your own way. All right? So one thing that I want you guys to see why changing your beliefs is so important is because it's always translating. All right? So if your beliefs are creating your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, that means you are also materializing tons of unconscious behaviors that you are completely unaware of that you're doing so that you live up to whatever the belief is that you hold. Okay? Let me give you an example here. Okay? So let's say somebody plays sport and they say, man, every time we get to the last quarter of our game, I always miss the shot. I can never score the last winning shot for the game. Or anytime I take a shot, I always miss it because my nerves take over, whatever the supporting reason is, okay? Your brain is so intelligent, you guys. That means when you are in that experience and that circumstance, and that triggers whatever the story is here, you're going to start unconsciously moving, putting yourself in the wrong positions, dropping the ball, doing things that make absolutely no freaking sense so that you live up to that belief behaviorally. This also translates in relationships, okay? So if I hold a belief, men can't be trusted, all men are cheaters. I don't know my worth and my value fully. I don't believe that I can create the relationship that I desire. Don't you think that's going to translate in how you're viewing a conversation, how you're responding to somebody, in your body language, what you're noticing, how things unfold, the choices that you make? Maybe you're going to pick the wrong place to go on a date because unconsciously you know going to that place is going to not be a good experience and you're going to feel awkward there. So what I'm trying to say here is your brain is so intelligent, you guys. It's so intelligent that it takes in all the information from your environment and sifts through that information to bring a focus to the things that you believe are true to you, and then focuses on those things and creates it as your story. Okay, but you're doing that behaviorally as well too. So when you get your beliefs in alignment, this is why you can optimize your performance a lot better, and you're always able to create what it is that you desire because you're able to focus on things without getting mentally distracted, without unconsciously sabotaging yourself, without having intrusive thoughts that you're spiraling on that don't add to anything that you actually want to experience, okay? So when it comes to how your beliefs translate, I want you to see it as a moment to moment to moment to moment thing, okay? How you identify yourself and what you believe, yes, is going to translate in the thoughts and the feelings that you have, but it's also going to translate in how you move through your reality. Whatever your beliefs are, you're going to make sure that the circumstances, the way that you show up, whether it's conscious or unconscious, live up to those beliefs. Whether it's true or it's not true, you are going to be convinced, and that's it. So this goes into the next point that I have, which is seeing the lessons, okay? When you have limiting beliefs, you jam your ability to learn and keep yourself stuck. So you need to start to trust your mind to adapt, all right? Like I said at the beginning of this video, I genuinely believe that everything is here designed for us to win. The human mind is very intelligent, okay? And we see this in so many different examples. If somebody goes to the gym and they persist, they're going to be weak at the beginning, but by the end of it, with persistence, they're going to have the muscle, they're going to have the endurance, they're going to have the physical manifestation of the evidence of their persisting, okay? The only time they're going to get in their own way is if they have limiting beliefs. This is too hard, it's never going to happen, I can't do this, I'm too weak, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Same thing in relationships. I'm not able to create the relationship that I desire, it's not going to happen for me. I'm not able to create the career that I desire, it's not going to happen for me. When you have limiting beliefs, what happens is, instead of trusting your ability to adapt and grow and allowing your mind and your body to do this for you, you start latching on to stories that get in the way. You start acting in ways that prevent your own growth. You get in your own way. Your mind's going to figure it out. It's going to adapt. It's going to be able to do whatever it is that you want. You're going to be able to create whatever it is that you want. The only thing that's getting in the way is your beliefs and whatever the story is that you're telling yourself. Because the moment you tell yourself that story, the moment you subscribe to that belief, you are now taking away the learning lesson. Before, if you didn't have that story there, you might be like, oh, we made that mistake. Okay, we're not going to do that again. Adjust, learn, go, keep growing. Okay? Now, if you have a limiting belief, oh, we made a mistake. See, we always make that mistake. That's our story. We can never do anything right. We can never have these things. I should just give up. And then you give up and you don't create what you desire. You stop yourself. Everything is here designed for you to win. If you see it as a lesson, which it needs to be a lesson. You're not going to do things perfectly the first time. Your mind is here to learn and adapt. The issue with limiting beliefs is when you have repeated experiences and you don't have the guidance or the knowledge on how to correct those experiences, you form a limiting belief about it, in the form that this is how it always is. And once you form that belief, you are going to stop any possible growth or any going past that belief, because you're going to be triggered the moment you see that circumstance. You're going to subscribe to that belief, you're going to give up, you're going to run away, or you're going to handle it in the same way that creates the same undesirable results. Okay? Alrighty, so that's all I got to talk about today. I love you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Work on your beliefs, and I will see you all later. Bye.